And by this point, we are frazzled, right? It has been a chaotic, ridiculous experience from start to finish. And these fake Christians roll in and they start bombarding over their mic system, their stupid nonsense. And so we turn our speakers against them and start just shouting at them for being the fake Christians that they are. And this has really got me on a tangent that I just need to get this off my chest and into the universe. Every Christian organization, without exception, every church, without exception, is a fraudulent scam that exists here in Canada. I said it to these people's faces in the streets, and now I'm going to make a video about it and clip it and put it into the universe so everyone understands my position. If you're holding a Bible and trying to get a congregation, you are a scam artist. You are not a spiritual leader. You are not a preacher. You are a scam artist and a parasite that's attempting to survive in a system that demands parasitical behavior. Here's the scam. Because the defense from the fake Christians is always, oh, but we donate money, or oh, we have a rib day on Thursdays, right? Oh, we welcome anybody to our congregation, right? So here's the scam, everybody. Right? And I'm saying this as somebody who generally believes in a higher power, right? Here's the scam, though. Step 1. Vote conservative and liberal to ensure the maintenance of the system of poverty, right? You have to have people on the streets and homeless. You have to have people poor and desperate. You have to have people who have nowhere else to turn so that they'll turn and take seriously a con man like you. A con man who's saying, oh, you're a sinner, you need to come to Jesus, right? Step 1, vote conservative, vote liberal, maintain the system of poverty. And it's obvious that these guys do because they're massive homophobes. They went after Isabella for being a trans woman. They went after Isabella. They said that she wasn't disabled, for God's sakes. So just this absolute asinine, ridiculous bullshit. So they definitely vote conservative or liberal to maintain the system of poverty. Step 2, do performative charity. Okay, what do I mean by performative charity? So you take a small amount of the money that you get from your congregation and your donators, right, to have a potluck or do some sort of community outreach so that it looks like you give a shit about these people who you vote to impoverish, right? Remember, you're voting to maintain the system of poverty. You're not voting to remove the poverty from the society. So you're doing performative charity into the society. This has several benefits. Benefit number 1, it increases the size of your congregation because you have poor, desperate people who you vote to keep poor and desperate, right? You've got poor and desperate people in your society, right? So you increase the size of your congregation and then you encourage them to do what? Vote conservative and liberal to ensure that you maximize the amount of votes to maintain the system of poverty. 2, it allows liberals, mainly, to feel good about themselves as they vote to maintain the system of poverty, while simultaneously donating charity to this organization that's doing like rib day on Thursdays or something like this, so that they feel good about themselves. That they care about poverty. They do. They donate to a church after all, right? They donate to a Christian movement after all. Oh, I care about poverty, right? And this is beneficial to the con artists that are running this scam because it allows them to take a bunch of money from liberals who want to feel good about themselves instead of eliminating the system of poverty. And they buy big houses, big cars, big watches, and big boats. That's what they do with their money. How do I know this is true? Because I used to be part of this church system. I saw the scam every single day of my life. When I was younger, I didn't see that it was a scam, but it's obviously a scam. It's obviously a scam, right? Because if these were real Christians who actually read their Bible, like I do, right? And who actually read their Bible, they would already have been in the streets in order to protest the treatment of the poor. They would already be pushing their politicians in order to eliminate poverty from the society. They would be acting as their Christ acts, and they would be protesting against poverty, but they don't do that because they require poverty, because they are parasites who need poor people in order to create a show so they can sucker gullible liberals out of their money. And what would happen to these con men if they actually pressured their politicians and succeeded at eliminating poverty from their society? Then their scam would end and it would be over. So if you are a pastor, a preacher, a priest, a reverend, a nun, I don't give a fuck, you're a con artist from start to finish. And the only way you will ever convince a man like me that you are not a con artist is if you come into the streets and protest against poverty directly. That's all I accept. Anything less than that, and you're just a scam artist stealing money from people in order to buy yourself a big-ass boat. Welcome to capitalism. Even the churches are fucking parasites. So please like, share, subscribe, right? If you want to send a little bit of money down below, please hit the Patreon, right? I got to pay rent too. All of that kind of stuff. If you're already donating $1, please consider upping it to $2 or maybe $5, right? If you can. I'd very much appreciate it.